column stands out more than anything. It's
Yeah.
68-38, but it didn't seem as much inside dominance as also blow-bys and getting to the rim. So which was it more, and how concerning is that?
Yeah, all the above. We have to shore that up. I mean, at the start of the game, they had 22 points in the paint, basically in the first quarter, and we're thinking, hey, this is a three-point shooting team. They haven't even started their game yet. So that didn't really set the tone, for the game, and we also got introduced, to the team that's first in the East for a reason. Every time we were able to get the thing to anywhere from 8 to 12 to 13 points, if we made any kind of poor decision offensively, either shot selection or just decision making, it turned into a 6-8 point run immediately. If we didn't block out, and we had it within that range, it turned into a 6-8 point run immediately. So then those are the things that, you have to start with, and then you deal with Donovan Mitchell. Garland obviously didn't play tonight, but you have to deal with the things that are hard. But there's other things that we're capable of doing, having better spacing, executing with more intention, better shot selection. And that's all with how we know how to play defensively, disrupting things in the paint a lot better than we did at the rim, in the paint, in the dotted circle. That's our strength zone right there, and they pretty much had their way in that area. And then, of course, you're thinking about, Donovan Mitchell, the kind of great one-on-one plays that he made. But there were a lot of other things that we would have had to check those boxes, to give ourselves a better chance.
It obviously wasn't Galo's best game on either end, but what lessons can we learn from a game like this where he's going up against a front line of Mobley and Allen?
Yeah, that they're capable inside the circle, and there's a lot of decision making there. One, you have to defend with purpose and intent and physicality, and without fouling. Not giving up the short hooks or things right at the rim, at a high rate, but also then with their spacing, not just chasing unrealistic blocks, that opened up things, as well. That's part of it. Their spacing is very good, so there's a lot of decisions that you have to make, underneath the basket when you're rotating. But that's part of the deal.
The lobs have been great for the past couple of weeks, but other than dunk shots specifically, it's been a bit of a struggle finding efficient 2-point shots at times. Do you feel like you guys are generating the ones and missing, or is it a developing thing?
Each game it might be a little bit different. Tonight we had a really crowded paint. I don't think there was a whole lot that we were doing consistently that was hard to guard. Now, I'm not taking anything away from their defense. They're a very good defense, but we would have had to execute with a lot more purpose to open things up that I think would have cleared up some easier decisions instead of some of the tough decisions we were making. And then, we'll figure out the shot diet from there. There were some really poor spacing possessions, poor decision possessions, some poor shot selection possessions, and then we'll figure out the shot distribution from there.
Spo, it's obviously that they are rebounding you guys tonight, but what stands out to you in terms of just when they pack the paint, their length? What stands out to you from that standpoint, especially when you mention their front line?
You have to, basically what I just said. We have to, execute and trust, and do things with a lot more purpose, than what we did, tonight.
When you look at that Mobley Allen front line, obviously it's been a couple of years in the making for them to kind of develop that chemistry, but with how you guys are playing now, are they almost like, not to say that you're copying them, but are they kind of like a model of like how two bigs can kind of coexist and play with and each other?
But ours are a little bit different, other than like their height, I think it's a little bit of a reach, trying to compare. The teams are built differently.
Coach, the possession battle was a bit of a struggle tonight as well. Offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities, and like you guys, you got to the free throw line more often and made more threes. But what's the challenge of digging out that hole if you can't?
Yeah.
If you're only having like one possession
Yeah.
at a time.
I feel like I'm on repeat right now. Some of the decision making, poor spacing that was leading to some poor decisions, and then there were some outright poor decisions, and then the rebounding again. We're a bigger front line, and this needs to be corrected. There are no excuses now. We have to be a lot more physical and purposeful on the glass. It's that important for us to finish possessions.
Hey, Coach, it's the first game this season that you saw Max Strus playing now for the Cavaliers. Can you say something about his game, what you saw, how he developed also, that he reached now the 600 three-point mark?
Yeah, Max is way more than just a three-point shooter. I mean, I think that's what he was billed as coming into it and breaking through. I just love stories, like Max, obviously, but somebody that comes through this, these doors and has a dream that's and has to fight over, fight over adversity, that's uncommon. I just love that, and that's why I really respected him. I was always drawn to Max. He has a toughness. He's a great competitor. And he was a D2 guy, that had to work his way through DePaul, and then the G League, then dealing with an injury. That's a lot of fortitude. It's just a great story. He's earned everything he's gotten. All right, thank you.